that you put in here?
Yeah, a lot of personal things in there, and go into a bit more detail about falling to, it was actually clinical depression after retiring from bodybuilding. Retiring from bodybuilding, somebody close to me died in tragic circumstances. My marriage was breaking up and getting divorced, and I stopped cold turkey taking anabolic steroids, which is a powerful hormone and obviously has effect on your mentality, so all that stuff. But it is very common. I've read autobiographies of other sports people. Frank Bruno, British boxer, Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, these guys had developed really bad drug problems and so on, because they can't replace that, you know? But you got to stop trying to replace that and say, hey, now, like, look, you know, that sporting career I did, maybe it's helped set me up a little bit financially, hopefully, and open a lot of doors, and now I got time, I got freedom to do things that I couldn't do before. So that's the conclusion I came to, but it takes time, you know? It took me time anyway.
That time afterwards, is that when you were coming down to Puerto Banús around here? Was it those 3 years after that came later?
I retired, like, I officially announced my retirement in '98, so it's the first Mr. Olympia that I didn't go into. So I think it was like '99 and 2000, having a real hard time.
Did you travel a lot then, or were you in Birmingham just trying to live a life?
A little bit. I traveled a little bit because we had a nutrition company at the time, a different brand from the one I've got now, which is DY. So I did some traveling and some appearances for that, but more or less, like, kind of just, I guess I'm an extreme person. I just cut myself off from everything. And, you know, a lot of friends in the States and stuff. And thankfully, the one thing that I think saved me so that I was not that guy that was just lying in bed and didn't get up in the morning was I always went to the gym.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I always went to the gym, and I always felt a bit better afterwards. And, you know, you see the guys at the gym and you talk a little bit, but then I'd go home and like, what am I doing now? You know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to the gym to make myself feel better, but what am I doing now? And I got this regime and this routine and this goal, and now it's like kind of still following it a little bit by habit. You've been doing it for so long, but there's no goal there anymore. So it's definitely a challenge, and to adjust. You know, I could have carried on being Mr. Olympia and doing guest appearances and guest posing and stuff, but I felt with my injury, I just felt, again, I don't want people to look at me because I'm not happy with the way I look now with the injury, you know. My one arm is a lot smaller than the other one. It still is, because I got an injury on the bicep, I got an injury in the tricep, I got an injury in the shoulder. So everyone was saying to me, come to my show and I'll pay you, and you still, you know, you're 6 times Mr. Olympia, people still want to see you and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to do that anymore, you know. So it's just a full stop, complete, boom, finished. No tapering down, you know, or anything. It was, but I think that's kind of the way I do things, you know.
What got you out of that depression period?
Just time, I think.
Yeah.
Time, you know, and effort. You know, I was very careful not to fall too deep, you know. Still go to the gym and still get those endorphins, still train. You know, I was just doing weight training because that's what I know. Now I do other things, but exercise is very important, and I think I just, you know, I went out a lot. I went and did a lot of partying, and nightclubs might not be the best thing, but I was just like kind of, you know.
Better than staying at home.
Yeah.
And introverted people tend to close themselves off.
You know, I couldn't do that when I was, so I went through a period of doing that, you know.
And just like when you do this, you go to the extreme. I'm guessing when you party, you go to the extreme.
Pretty much, you know. I never got like a problem with drugs or alcohol or anything like that. I used them, but they never got a grip on me, never got a problem with it, fortunately.
Good.
But yeah, I did some, you know, few times around the world where I'd be up for a couple of days out partying and chasing as many women as I could, and you know, that in itself becomes kind of a goal and an ego boost and a distraction, you know, until that all leveled off. And, you know, I think that's, you know, that's a bit childish now. I just stopped doing that, you know. But definitely went through that period. And because pretty much any nightclub you go to in the world, the doorman knows who I am. So
imagine that.
Yeah.
There's probably no other person in the world that any nightclub
I got
they go
VIP
to.
treatment everywhere I went, you know,
Any
Vegas,
country.
I mean, Dorian, fuck, come on, man, New York, anywhere in the world. So yeah, we had a good time partying, but you know, parties can't last forever.
Right.
And I think meeting Gal, who's very calm and a calming influence and very stable, and is never the kind of woman to say you can't do this, you can't do that, and this. I mean, she just like let you know.
Right. Because that wouldn't go well.
Still doing it a little bit when we met, and she's like, you know, but she's definitely a calming, stabilizing influence on my life, and she still is, you know. So we make a great team. I think it's like, I see we're like two unusual animals